Kong Fei Rao could also see that even without the help of the weird stone giant, he was definitely not Yang Kai's opponent. This young man did not use his full strength at all. Why is there such a powerful void return stage in this world? Kong Fei Rao thought he had reached the limit at the level of void return stage, but today, he realized that he was wrong. Tell me what happened after I take the sun's true essence. Yang Kai's voice came over. Why do you say that you have today's achievements was thanks to me? I don't remember doing something for you. Kong Fei Rao glanced at him for a while, and didn't answer immediately. It wasn't until a destruction aura came from the corpse beads that he changed his expression and quickly said, you did it accidentally. Maybe you don't know it. Oh. Yang Kai raised his brows. Do you think that the sun's true essence is just randomly placed there? You are wrong. The reason why the sun's true essence exists is only to use the sun's true fire in the sun's true essence to suppress the Eye of Underworld. Eye of Underworld? Yang Kai's expression changed slightly. Kong Fei Rao grinned. Yes, it is connected to the passage of the underground, where a strong corpse and death chi is gushing out. This corpse and death chi is of no use to any creatures, only harm, but for our corpse spirit race, it is a great supplement. With that corpse and death chi, our strength can grow to the limit of the void return stage. Well, it may not be the limit. Kong Fei Rao thought that he was definitely on the highest peak of the void return stage, but after fighting against Yang Kai, he realized that he was far away. There is such a thing under the buried mighty valley? Yang Kai frowned slightly. Kong Fei Rao laughed and said, then how do you think the corpse cave was formed? My ancient Yang Sect ancestors discovered the Eye of Underworld a long time ago, so they used the sun's true essence to suppress it. So being able to become a noble family of corpse spirits is also because of the corpse chi in the corpse cave. Before, we could not do anything with the Eye of Underworld, but after you take away the sun's true essence, it will be different, so this protector is very thankful to you. Yang Kai's expression was ugly, and he said with a gloomy face, so, the shadowed star has become like this because of me. Ha ha ha. Kong Fei Rao laughed to the sky. Yes, naturally it's because of you. You think, if the people on Shadowed Star knew the news, would they hate you? I have never been threatened. If you want to use this threat for me to let you go, I can only say that you made the wrong idea. Yang Kai sneered. Kong Fei Rao's face changed a few times, and finally he didn't say anything to irritate Yang Kai. Now his corpse bead is held by Yang Kai. Life and death are controlled by him. Naturally he will not be so stupid. Who is your religion master? Is it also one of the corpse generals I saw that day? Yang Kai asked again. Kong Fei Rao shook his head. No. Who is it? I do not know. Nonsense. Yang Kai snorted coldly. The strength in his hand increased a lot, and Kong Fei Rao's corpse beads immediately make a clicking sound, as if it would be crushed at any time. Kong Fei Rao was trembling. He gritted his teeth and snarled, I really don't know. The religion master is not a member of our corpse spirit race at all. He suddenly came to the corpse cave one day, taught us some corpse repair methods, and told us how to transform the tribe. Without him, it is impossible for us to leave the corpse cave at all. I am afraid that we are still exploring in the corpse cave. After all, this road we walked has never been walked before. While Kong Fei Rao was speaking, Yang Kai had been investigating his expression and found that there were no flaws. There were only two explanations for this situation. One was that Kong Fei Rao did not lie, and he really didn't know the identity and origin of the religion master. The second is that Kong Fei Rao's acting skills have reached the level of superb, and he can't see the flaws. Yang Kai feels that the former is more likely. Then how strong is he? Yang Kai asked again. Kong Fei moaned a few times before gritting his teeth and said, if I said, I don't know how high his cultivation level is, would you believe it? What do you think? Yang Kai looked at him coldly. Kong Fei sighed, but I really don't know how high his cultivation level is. He has never made a move. Then how did he become the leader of the corpse spirit religion? Don't tell me, just because he taught you some cultivation methods and ways to transform your people, you are willing to be driven by him. How is it possible? Kong Fei Rao curled his lips, a trace of irritation appeared on his face. The reason why our seniors would surrender to him is because he has. Kong Fei hadn't finished speaking yet, but his face changed drastically, as if something terrifying had happened to him. His eyes suddenly rounded, his eyes were full of shock, and his expression was extremely painful. A treacherous aura and power filled his body. Xianxia's expression changed, and he hurriedly pulled back. The next moment, Kong Fei Rao suddenly howled miserably, with extreme sorrow. Then, an aura of destruction erupted from his corpse beads, turning into a green flame, burning Kong Fei Rao from the inside out. In Kong Fei Rao's mouth, nose, eyes and ears, green flames were ejected, which looked terrifying. After less than 10 breaths of effort, this powerful top-level corpse spirit race who had fought against Yi Xian was burned clean by the green flame, leaving only a pile of black matter in place. Yang Kai saw this scene from the beginning to the end, and a cold chill rose in his heart. What happened to Kong Fei Rao, he didn't know, but he guessed that it was related to the mysterious leader of the corpse spirit religion. Perhaps the leader imposed some powerful restrictions on Kong Fei Rao. Once Kong Fei Rao tried to reveal some key information, the restriction will immediately erupt, detonate his corpse beads, produce a corpse fire, and let Kong Fei Rao die. Although it's just a guess, Yang Kai feels like it's inseparable. What a vicious method. What a vicious scheming. However, what kind of sensitive information Kong Fei Rao planned to disclose actually touched the restriction in his body. Yang Kai recalled what he said when he died. Although the other party didn't say it in its entirety, Yang Kai could also infer something based on that sentence. That mysterious leader may have some artifact in his hand that can control the corpse spirit race. This is the most likely speculation. Kong Fei Rao is dead and will never be resurrected again. Yang Kai can't help but feel a little fearful of the mysterious leader. Being able to impose such a restriction on his subordinates, this leader seems to be a difficult man to deal with. As for Kong Fei Rao's statement that the Shadowed Star disaster has something to do with him, Yang Kai does not deny that it may be because he took away the sun's true essence that suppressed the eye of underworld, so that the strength of the corpse spirit race has risen. But the most key reason is that the mysterious leader taught the method of corpse repair and the method of transforming corpse spirits. If there is no way to transform the corpse spirit religion will definitely not grow. So Yang Kai only had a few thoughts, and didn't think much about this issue. Looking up, the pitch-black Void King grade battleship is arbitrarily crushing in the corpse spirit religion army, and every shot of the crystal cannon can take away dozens of corpse spirit race or the lives of the enemies that work with the corpse spirit religion. During the time he was fighting Kong Fei Rao, there were already dead bodies and remains outside of Flowing Flame Sand Field. With a long scream, Yang Kai flew high into the sky, shaking his figure. The power of space force enveloped him, and returned to the battleship. Return to the sect, he shouted sharply. After the battleship clearing, more than half of the corpse spirit religion army who besieged the High Heaven sect were broken. Even the white-clothed corpse general Kong Fei Rao who is sitting here was killed in Yang Kai's hands. It is important to return to the sect first. The people of Tongshuan continent need to be settled down. After all, they have been in the mysterious boundary bead for several years. It is also good for them to get in contact with the world and become familiar with the laws of heaven and earth earlier. Moreover, Yang Kai also wanted to know how High Heaven Sect's current situation was. Rumor has it that the loss of High Heaven Sect in the past 2 years was not small, and the great elder Yi Xian was seriously injured, and he didn't know if she had recovered. The 3 flame rings in the Flowing Flame Sand Field are extremely powerful and overbearing, and even ordinary Void King grade battleships will be burned to ashes if they want to go in. However, the battleship of the High Heaven Sect was made by Yang Yan herself, and it was naturally branded with the aura of Yang Yan. The three-flame ring of fire did not exclude the battleship, and it easily broke into the flame barrier. It wasn't until the huge figure of the battleship disappeared that the corpse spirit religion who were chased away breathed a sigh of relief, and everyone's face was full of lingering fears. Under the powerful force of the battleship, they couldn't even raise their minds of resistance, they could only be slaughtered by falling to the ground. Now that the battleship leaves, of course they are relieved. Without receiving the order to leave, no one dared to leave without authorization. After a short while, the people of the corpse spirit religion gathered again from all directions, ready to wait for Kong Fei Rao's instructions. They didn't know that Kong Fei Rao had fallen. It wasn't until an hour later that Kong Fei Rao didn't show up. Suspiciously, when they went to investigate the palace, they didn't expect that the corpse general in white was already dead. Countless people were in an uproar. One of the corpse spirit religion 4 big protector was killed, and the High Heaven Sect Void King grade battleship returned. All this seemed to indicate something. The gate of High Heaven Sect is located in the 4th layer of Flowing Flame Sand Field. It's just that after Yang Yan retracted the first 3 flaming fire rings, Flowing Flame Sand Field no longer has 6-layer area, only 4 layers are left, so strictly speaking, High Heaven Sect is on the 2nd floor, and the outer 1 layer is area of the 3 flame rings. The inner 1 layer is also the area of the 3 flame rings, and further down is the sleeping loft of Yang Yan. Passing through the flame barrier, Yang Kai scanned the familiar scenery around him, feeling a little excited. Although Tongxuan continent is his homeland, he has lived on the Shadowed Star for the longest time since he came to this star territory, and the High Heaven Sect is also located here, so he still has a strong affinity for this place. After all, this is the sect he created with his own hands, and it is the place where his master's sect High Heaven Pavilion is carried forward and flourished. There is no substitute for this kind of emotion of personal creation and support. To be continued.